Um, and then for B, they have 28 times pi because that's diameter, which this is about 88 centimeters. And C, they use 5 meters, which is only half, so we use the radius formula. And D, for half a circle, everybody should be fairly squared away on this. I mean, basically, you find the circumference of the circle, the total circumference, take the 2 decimeters, put it into your d pi, so you got 2 times pi. Whatever you get for that, divide it by 2, you get half the circumference. And then likewise for when they got to 8, just when you find the circumference of the circle using the radius there, plug, because that's 30 centimeters is the radius, because it's coming out from the center of the circle. Use 2 times pi times 30, and then once you find that, you multiply it by 1/8 or divide it by 8. Divide that answer by 8, and you'll get the answer. And the final example is example 4, and I did assign one like this. It's just a real basic story problem. And it says, suppose you have enough material for 70 feet of fence. Okay, so the total perimeter is 70 feet. And you want to build a rectangular pen 14 feet wide. What is the length of this pen? Well, if we know the total perimeter is equal to 70, and we want it to be, the width to be equal to 14. Well, the question is, what is the length? Big ass question mark. So we know that for a rectangle, which we have to assume it's a rectangle, we don't know if it's a square or not yet. We say P is equal to 2L plus 2W, L being the length, W being the width. Well, we know P is equal to 70. We don't know L, that's what we got to look for. And we got 2 times 14, which is our desired width. So we got 70 is equal to 2L plus 2 times 14 is 28. And then we solve, subtract, use our subtraction law, bring 28 over. So we got 10 minus 8 is 2. And then 6 by 9 is simple math. You need a calculator. 42 is equal to 2L. And then now you just use your division law. Divide 2 through by both sides, which ends up leading to L is equal to 21. Now, was it feet?
Yes.
21 feet. Pretty good stuff there. And that was just basically, it becomes an algebra equation at that point, because once you put all your stuff in it, you have one unknown you have to solve for. You just use your laws and press. And actually, I think the one I assigned wasn't even that bad, because I think that it was pretty much, what is the length of a rectangle lot that has a perimeter of 750 meters and a width of 7? So basically that problem, only with different numbers. Okay, and if everyone wants to look at 8.1, the actual section, I didn't assign anything from part A because that basically deals with estimation. And I think everybody has fairly well developed powers of that based on life lessons learned, you know, like running the doors and shit. So I really only assigned stuff from B, and it's got your basic shapes with the formulas. You've got some squares in there. You've got some rectangles, circles where some may give you diameter, some may give you radius. And then they got some special odd shapes. On the odd shapes, you pretty much just add up the perimeter, just add up all the sides. And then like 61 in particular, if you look at that, what do you got basically there? You got a rectangle and then 2 circles. So really all you got to do is, like for 61 is, you got 120 feet, you got 2 sides that are 120 feet, and then you basically that 50 feet is the diameter of the circle. So you basically just find your circle because you have a half a circle at each end. So if you bring it together with the diameter, you basically just find the circumference of the circle, add the 2 lengths of your sides, good to go. The same for like 67. Basically you have half a circle there, half a circle and then 3 sides to add. Stuff like that. So it's just pretty much straightforward stuff. Don't let any of the odd shapes confuse you. Anytime it gets odd, you basically just add it up as is. And I've assigned the following homework from this section. And one thing I mentioned for people that walked in late, obviously with the exercise going on, we may not be able to meet Tuesday. We are meeting 5:30 on Thursday, and it's only going to be about an hour-long class because of Swedes going away at 7. And then, you know, if we can't meet on Tuesday, we can't meet because the exercise, we're obviously not going to be able to generate another class. And if we're in full-blown contingency operations, we're going to have to knock out the last test on Friday whenever we get a chance, because I need to have the grades. Correct me if I'm wrong, I got to get all the grades into Euclid, right, so you can send to UAA. And I need to do that before I go on leave. I go on leave Sunday the 16th. So I'll have all that stuff into you before I go, and I'll post the grades somewhere. So just plan on that throughout the exercise. If we're not able to meet on Thursday, I want to plan on meeting probably 3 o'clock that Friday, because we should index sometime Thursday. And then I'm hoping that the people that are working day shift will be done. They'll have already turned in. People on day shift like Qualls and Nick. And then you can probably break away from work for about an hour, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you could let Keith know and put the homework up here.
You just told him.
What?
You just told him.
Hey Keith, how's it going?
We missed you today.
Miss you, man. Hope you didn't break the shirt's picture on the way back. It'd break my heart. Bamboo shoots on the fingernail.
Arm inside.
Oh. Even though it's a lot of homework, it's all should be knocked out fairly quickly. I expect only attention to detail errors, which I've come to know and love. It makes me get creative on partial credit for the test, so. I've assigned some even ones on this one too, so be advised. And told you it would only take about a half hour to knock this one out, and that is it. 2 sections. 2 fairly straightforward, good sections, man. Beat those homework scores up before we're not gonna go. Oh, now the other things I just mentioned, Glenn. And I know Keith there was a couple homeworks he didn't get into me yet. The last class, whenever we have the test, I'll need all the homework by then, and any homework I don't have by that, I'm gonna just plug a 0 in the spreadsheet for those.
You pretty much got all my homework.
What? Did you give me 5? The last one, what was it, 5, 5, 4?
No, I got some questions I want to ask you on that.
Okay.
Well, I gave you, yeah, no,
I
5-4.
think you gave me 5-3.
I gave you 5-3. I have 5-4. I got to ask you some questions.
Did I give you back 5-3 tonight?
No.
Oh, that's right. I got it right here.
Only one I didn't turn in yet was 5-4.
Right.
Don't borrow your calculator tomorrow sometime to do those logarithms.
Yeah, just remind me. It's in my bag that I bring to work, so I'll have it with me.
Okay. Well, I'll come by sometime during the day. I'm working at midnight tomorrow night.
You'll come by when? Also sometime during the day?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
working at midnight tomorrow night. So.
All right.